Okay.
Okay.
Do we have sound now? Okay, we're good. Okay, I guess I'll start over. Good morning, everybody.
Now we have people watching.
This is Memory Bound from Ankeny, Iowa, the middle of the state, the middle of the country. The weather report, you know, I'm here, so I got to give a weather report. It's cloudy and it is very cold. It is like 10 degrees out. So hopefully next week we will be in the 30s and it will feel quite balmy. So the first thing we're going to do, first of all, we want to thank everybody for all their orders yesterday. It was a great day. We had, we're going to do a drawing for our $25 gift card. And because so many of you ordered yesterday, we are going to give away 2 $25 gift cards. So that's exciting. So, Sarah, do you want to come over? And
want me to pick one out?
Yep. First one is Shelby Skinner. And she was just in yesterday afternoon.
I think I saw her on
I helped her
Monday too.
Oh, she was. She said she was in like back to back because she forgot to buy something.
Oh, okay. All right, Shelby. Well, now you got to come back because you won something.
Yeah. And Linda Maughan, Maughan. So Linda and Shelby, congratulations. Woo-hoo. You both won $25 gift cards. We will be calling you and letting you know. I know Shelby is loco, so she'll be in to pick hers up, and then Linda will let you know also. So thank you very much for all your orders, and Chris is in the back feverishly working on shipping and getting all those orders put together. So we are going to turn it over to Sarah and Teresa for the rest of our video.
Thank you, Diane.
All right.
She's got them.
Okay.
All right.
You want to just show a sneak of what you're going to work on today?
Sure.
And then we can show the other stuff.
This is what we're going to be working on today, actually. We're going to be making these cute looped heart banners. So I will show you how to make one, and then you can multiply them as many times as you need to get your desired length of banner.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing today.
And then I also want to show this watercolor panel that we have that we're going to be doing February 2nd. Wait, let me make sure the date is right. I'm pretty sure. I think
Do you want to give me the down camera, Teresa?
Yeah.
There we go. This is the panel she was referencing.
Yeah, so you can buy the watercolor typewriter. So there's a birthday, just a note, hello, and a love you, which you could use for Valentine's Day, or you could just send it anytime. And we're going to be using a new, different splatting technique to make this card. And I'll have other samples of ideas that you can do with this too. So if you want this card, how much is the panel, Sarah? I can't remember.
It is $3.59.
$3.59. So if you want to get that ordered, I guess that's Monday.
Yes, it is Monday.
It's coming up.
It is.
We'll have that on Monday for you.
The name of the panel is Just My Type Watercolor.
Yep. All right.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I have fun with the watercolor. And it's part of the, just crafting along that we're doing this year. So.
Okay. Yesterday, Katie had mentioned that next Tuesday, February 3rd, I'm going to be doing a craft along with the Simple Stories Junk Drawer card kit. So here is the kit. And one of the things I forgot to have Katie show yesterday was the card inserts that Janet has created for this. So we've got the card kit, the inserts, the ribbon, and the dots that we'll be using next week on that craft along on Tuesday.
Okay. Well, Janet says February seemed like a long way off.
I know.
It's almost here. I know.
Yes. All right. Now we're on to some new and restocked items here. We got back in stock the Prismacolor pencil sharpener. That's $8.99.
I love that one. That's the one that I have that we couldn't get for a while, and now we can get it, and it has 2 holes for the opening, so it's really good.
Yes.
It
as
does
you
2
mentioned.
different.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the different shapes that it sharpens. And then we have back in stock some luster wax. I think Nicole has either used it or she's going to be using it. We've got a silver and like a copper color. Those are both $12.99.
Yes, we're going to be having, in February, we're going to be having some Olympics activities, and I think that those are part of it. And these sprays are also a part of it. If you see a theme going on here.
So this is a metallic mica spray set for $11.99. Looks like you get like a gold, silver, and bronze color in there.
Yep. They're super fun.
See that. And then we have, I don't know if this is new or just back in stock, but this is a fun heart punch collection from We Are Makers. So you get a 1.5 inch, 1 inch, and 5/8 inch heart punch. And all 3 of those are $34.99. And then, as Teresa shared, was going to be doing her coloring next week. I bet you'll be using these, won't you, Teresa? Yep. We've got some watercolor pencils from the Distress collection back in stock. We've got set 2, set 1, set 5, and set 3. And all of them, like you've said, Teresa, they all have a rainbow in them. They're just different shades of all of the Distress colors.
Yes. You can have any set to play along.
And we don't have them here because we already have them in stock, but we also have sets 4 and 6. So there are 6 total sets of Distress watercolor pencils. All right, now we're on to some fun new things from Uniquely Creative. This is their Essential Ephemera Pack. There's some really delicate ephemera cutout pieces in here. It looks like flowers and leaves. You can kind of see what all you can create on the back here. That is $5.99. And then we have a 4-pack of washi tapes from them. You can kind of see there's a floral and a stripe and a dot and like a kind of a multi, look like some fruit maybe. So anyway, you get 4 rolls for $4.99. That's a really good deal.
Jean wanted to know if the craft along is...
It is online during our morning video. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're just going to go through and make the card kit together. And then we have a 6x6 collection pack. This is called Botanical Chronicles. And you get 32 single-sided papers. You can kind of see them all there. And that is $11.99. You get 2 each of the 16 different designs. And then, of course, we have individual papers. We have a wood pattern that's also kind of got some like journaling and flowers in the background. This one is called Nature's Palette.
That's pretty.
And then we've got one that's kind of like almost like a watercolor, green, and then some fruits and birds. This is called Natural Beauty. So you can kind of see that green on the back side there. And then we have one called Botanical Ledger. Obviously, it kind of has that ledger look and some leaves. And then the back side is just kind of a bronzish, muddled pattern. And then we have Illustrated Foliage. So that's the back side. It's almost like another ledger with some antiquing on it. And then the front side, which has got the leaves and some like staining, antiquing on it.
These would be nice for junk journaling.
Mm-hmm. then we have botanical botany. That is some just berries, kind of a nice open area for if you want to use it for like a scrapbook layout or a frame. And then we have this one. This was a fun one. It's like a ledger with different images of leaves drawn on it in black. That's beautiful botany on that one. And then we have a tag sheet and some cut aparts that you can cut. They have nice little outlines so you can cut around those. This is called Notebook.
Deborah says she likes it and doesn't know what she would do with it, but buy now, decide later. Yeah.
That's right, Deborah. That's right.
I think you could do lots of things with this,
These are all
especially the tags, and you could just make tags. Great backgrounds.
another edition of those. All right, then we have the everything folio. This is quite fun. If you can see, it folds out into all that. It's got 8 double-sided pages.
And Janet suggested sympathy cards for those botanicals.
Oh,
those
yeah,
would make good sympathy
that would be.
cards.
So this folio is $9.99.
That's fun.
Yeah, something different. And then we have some A4 creative paper. These are ultra lightweight pattern pages. Let's take a look. It's not Wednesday, but we'll check it out.
How much is the package?
This is $7.49 for 5 sheets of A4 ultralight paper. I have a feeling it's going to be similar to the, well, it's a little thicker than the rice paper. So you have this black and white sheet. And then this one. So they're all very similar. Again, you could probably use them for a gardening journal or something of that nature.
So that last line that Sarah was showing was Botanical Chronicles from Uniquely Creative, the 12 by 12 papers.
And it
that
seems like a
everyone
lot
was
of this
liking.
collection that we've gotten from them, it's botanical theme, because this one's called Botanica as well. And again, you get 5 sheets of this for $7.49.
Oh, you could color those.
You could do some. It's like I said, it's thicker than the rice paper
Mhm.
or even the decoupage paper. All right, then we have the Uniquely Creative Botanical Chronicles mini cut apart. So you can cut these out for, card greetings or for your journaling. Lots of different things. Celebrate, birthday wishes, sending love you more, thankful, hugs and kisses, you're in my thoughts, with sympathy. So kind of like Janet said, you could use that paper line and then also use this cut apart for your sentiment.
Terry says she's used it and she really likes it.
Oh, good.
Works nice. So,
all right, then we've got the Uniquely Creative Cuts. This is the Botanical Chronicles Creative Cut, so it coordinates with all those pieces we've been showing you. So this one's got words in there, but it's also got lots of little images, like there's an owl, there's some mushrooms, some berries, leaves, but then it has things like, just because, beautiful day, nature. So again, you could use this for journaling, you could use it for card making, you could use it for a lot of different things. And this is $6.99. And it doesn't say how many pieces come in there, but it's quite a few. All right. Then we have a little stamp set that goes with this set.
That's cute.
A little tiny, like it says specimen. You could use that for making your edges on your journaling pages or a tag.
I like the bee.
Yeah, the bee's really cute. That is $9.99. And that's called Botanical Art Journal Stamp. All right. And then, we'll say that we'll stay with our line here. So, of course, you need to have your coordinating solids. So here is the Botanical Chronicles Coordinating Cardstock Bundle. There are 10 double-sided coordinating cardstock sheets. So you get 2 of each color. And the colors are beige, misty, sky, sage, pine, and Misty Sky, sorry, sage, pine, and chocolate. You can kind of see those. And that's $10.99. Well, chocolate's more of a mauve than a chocolate.
I was like chocolate.
It's like on the
Hot
front.
chocolate, maybe?
Oh, I forgot. They're double-sided, so I have a
Oh.
feeling that the front. Oh, let's just open this one up and take a look too. So it looks like maybe one side is more bold and the other side is light. So that's the one sheet. It's like a mauve and a cream. And then we have that sky, which is not what I was expecting. It looked more blue on the front. So it's kind of almost like a seafoam green and then a really light green. And then here's the next set of greens. Again, coordinates really well with that pattern paper. A lot of greens. And then here's that chocolate. So that's why it looked a little mauve. So there we go. There's our solids for that collection. And then, of course, if you want the 12 by 12 collection pack of all the papers that we already showed you individually, it includes 12 double-sided pattern papers, so you get 2 of each design. And again, this is the Uniquely Creative Botanical Chronicles, and that is $17.99. So
Very pretty.
And then we have one final new item, which we'll be showing a little bit more because Chris is going to be doing a demo with us. But we now have metal sliders for your card making. So you can add the spinning, or sorry, are they spinners? I think they're spinners. They're
Bearings.
okay. Diane says they're called bearings. So you can use them to add some movement on your cards. You get 5 in a pack for $3.99. They're called mini metal rotating if you're looking for them online. So, okay. I think we are ready to dig into today's project. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to do the banner. And then after that, we're going to do our first of the year Throwback Thursday. And I'm going to show you how to condition your old-timey punches. I know everybody's got to have at least one punch in their collection. So we're going to go and take a look at doing that after we get done with our banner today. So for the banner that I showed you earlier, this is what you're going to need. You will need 2 strips of each of the following sizes: a 12-inch by 1.5 inch, a 10-inch by 1.5 inches, 8 by 1.5, and 6 by 1.5. So again, you're going to need 2 of each to make your whole heart. You're also going to need an additional 6-inch by 1.5 inch strip for hanging your heart. And then we're going to use a scrap piece to kind of put a reinforcer on our hanger. And then you will also need your desired length of ribbon or twine. It just depends on how many hearts you're going to string on your banner. And I want to say that today's project was inspired by Crafty Servings, which is a Facebook page that we found this on. So that's where we got our inspiration for today. All right. So we'll get a picture of that, and that'll be out on the blog for you so you can see that, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. So we're going to get our paper trimmer in place over here. The other thing I should mention too is you're going to want liquid glue, and for this I'll be using the Misty Precision Glue Press. Very helpful using liquid glue versus like a tape runner for this project. If you don't have a precision glue press and you want to get one, they are $38.99. The other thing you might want to grab are some clothespins or any other craft clamps you might have, because those will also come in handy for making sure things stay in place. All right, so I already have some strips left over from when I did our model heart banner. So they are already cut to 12 inches by 1.5 inches. So I just have to decide which ones I want to use for my outside. I'm going to grab the banner here so we can use that as a reference as we're going through this. All right. So we'll start with the most inner loop, which is our 6" by 1.5" strips. I'm going to take one of my 12 by 1.5s and I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. So it'll be 6" by 1.5 inches. So I've got 2 of those for either side of my heart. And then the next size up is going to be our 8" strip. And for that one, I need one more strip, so I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple of 12" strips here, or a couple, yeah, 12 by 1.5s. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make that 8. It's easier to start with the 12 by 1.5 and then cut down as needed versus trying to do all of your cutting at once. And after we get through making this one, I'll show you some other paper combinations and a couple of samples that Kelly made as well. All right. Okay, so we've got our 6" and our 8" strips. And then we're going to move up to our 10" strip. And you can decide with the double-sided paper which side you want to show. So you can, in this particular example, you can see both sides of the paper. You could also do a monochromatic theme where they're all one color, red, pink, white, whatever as well. And, you know, there's other options here. You don't have to just use these for Valentine's. We've got some examples here, like you could use this for creating little hearts for a baby shower, or, you know, just about anything you can think of, you can create a heart for. All right, we're going to go ahead and cut this one down to 10 inches. And on these 10 inches, go ahead and save your little 2" piece. That's our extra that we're going to use for reinforcing our hanger.
Janet posted the throwback video of Kelly's loopy flowers and her demo, so be sure to check that out.
All right, so then we have our 10" strips, and then we have our 12" strips.
Ooh, Mary, she made them using old book pages.
Wow.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Giving it that rustic look, huh?
All right,
like it.
so to get these into that loop pattern, it's some of your paper might bend, like some of this coated paper, it bends pretty well, but uncoated paper seems to need a little bit more help. So you're going to want to run that along the edge of your table. I don't know if you can see. There we go. You're just going to do it like so, just to kind of train the fibers in that paper to bend easier. And I go both ways just so it gives it that much more pliability. I'm going to go ahead and do that with both of my 6" strips. And you can kind of test your paper and see how pliable it's going to be. If it's pretty flexible without cracking or bending or warping, then go ahead and use it as it is. But for these, we decided it would be easier to run it along the table edge. So then you just start with your first loop, and we're just going to start in on gluing. This is a pretty easy project that you could do with kids. So I don't know if you want to do it for like a school project. I remember, you know, making paper heart chains and stuff in elementary school. All right, so we have the foundation of our heart. And then I'm going to grab one of my paper clips. Just go ahead and set that so it can form a good bond there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other 6-inch strip. And again, I don't know if you notice, I'm using that precision glue press. And so yeah, we just want to glue and seal at the bottom. Don't need to go too far up, maybe a 1/4 inch at most. Make sure your loop is all lined up and put a paper or a pin on that. Okay. And the glue doesn't take too long to set, so that's the nice thing too. Then we'll find our 8-inch strips, and I want to be able to see the dot pattern of this color vibe that I grabbed. So I'm going to make sure that's the outside of my loop. And we're just going to put glue on both sides of the outside of that initial 6-inch loop.
Nancy says she loves the paper that you're using.
Thank you,
and it's just a
Nancy.
variety, and we have so much Valentine paper that you can choose from. So, or you might have some in your stash.
Exactly.
Use, but it doesn't hurt to add some. I like the color vibe that you put in there.
Thanks.
You know, adding some solids.
Yeah. So the pattern papers that I'm using, thank you for mentioning that, Nancy. That reminded me that I have them sitting here. I just grabbed some from the Reminisce collection. This is, I think they're all from their newest Valentine one. So we've got Falling Hearts, and then this is the back side of that. So I'm using this quite a bit. Heart and Soul. It's kind of a nice, different shapes and colors. It's got a lot. So then you could pull in other colors if you use this one. And then it's got a fun red dot on the back.
And Janet's linking your paper too. Perfect. So if you want this paper.
And then there's Graffiti Heart. It's got some hearts and arrows on one side.
I like that one.
And then some, like, I call them like kind of scribbly freestyle hearts on the other side. So that's the papers that I'm using today. And then of course the color vibe is texture, or sorry, it's just red. Just a plain red. All right. And like I said, I'll show you some other collections that Kelly pulled from. She did a really cool rustic looking heart banner that we'll show you. And she has kind of like a fun, almost springy looking one as well. Because again, this technique can lend itself to any paper that you choose. All right. Next, we'll move on to the 10-inch strips. And I think I'm going to follow what I did on that one, and I'm going to have the hearts and arrows be the outside. So then the scribbly hearts will be the underside. And as you noticed on the color vibe, I didn't really have to train that paper. It was pretty pliable. And like I said, this Reminisce stuff is really good because it's a thicker coated paper. So it holds its shape pretty well. All right. And these really come together pretty quickly. So it's a good quick afternoon project. All right, so we've got our 10-inch loop. So right now, this is what we're looking at with our 6, 8, and 10s.
You could probably do this with grandkids too.
Oh, easily. Just know that their fingers are going to get a little gluey. All right, so then we're going to go to our 12-inch strip, which is the very outside of the heart.
I have my Valentine decorations up. Does everyone else? My husband took, I don't know, I think I said it once. He took down all my Christmas decorations usually I leave up snowmen, and he put those
Oh.
away too. So rather than get them back out again, I put up Valentines. So
I still have my winter ones, but this
Yeah.
weekend I'll probably move to Valentine's.
I wish I had my winter one. I missed. There's some snowmen that I don't think I saw this year.
Your snowmen got the shaft.
They did. So
Okay.
who has their Valentines up? Anybody?
All
I
right.
think we're frozen.
Kay says she needs to still take her Christmas down.
Mine is frozen. Yours is going?
I just saw Kay's
Oh,
comment.
okay.
Yeah.
Mine isn't. Huh.
Kay was our first one in a bit.
Alrighty. I hope you guys aren't frozen. Mine is. Okay. I can see it here, but not here. Is it working?
Denny Ann says she still has, or she has her
Frozen.
Valentine's up.
This is working. This is
I think everything's fine. Just
okay.
let that go. It'll probably catch up.
Okay.
And Janet has said that Facebook has been a little wonky.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys are all good and not frozen. I thought you were talking about your winter storm, Janet, when you first said it. There's been some freezing because you've had some freezing there in Texas. Janet, do you have your Valentine up yet, or do you still have winter?
All right, so here are our 2 loops. We've got our 6, 8, 10, and 12-inch loops. So you can kind of see the outside. Now I will say, I think it was on this one, my first heart, I made the mistake of not getting my hearts going in the right direction. So I've got one going on the right side and the other's kind of, it's just doing the waterfall thing, I guess. So if you do use a pattern paper that has an orientation, make sure you get that where you want it to be so that it doesn't look awkward. Lisa says she's got a few snowmen and a bottle brush trees out, and she's going to be adding her hearts and her banner.
You can always make your bottle brush tree pink or
Yes.
red. Oh, that's right. Janet has a new kitty, so no home decor. And somebody's Lisa said she'll put up on February 1st. So there we go. That's what I normally do, but like I said.
All right, then we have our extra strip of paper that we're going to trim off at 6 inches so we can make our hanger. Teresa, could you grab me the crocodile? I really didn't grab it. Okay, so then we are going to situate this between our hearts, and that takes a little bit of doing. So we have our 2 loops, and now you can kind of see how it's coming together there. And we're going to slide this piece in between them, and you can leave it out as much as you want or don't want, because it all just depends on how you want it hanging. So like this one, it's a few inches out. I'd say probably about 3 inches from the top of the heart. So again, it's whatever you feel like, how much you want it hanging out there. So what I found was easiest was kind of lining up my 6-inch strip where I want it to be. And then I'm going to just put glue on one side of it, but I'm not going to adhere it to the other half. And I'm going to sandwich this guy, making sure my directions are all the same. I'm going to sandwich him so that this actually sticks to the one that I just put on top. And then I will take the other side off and put glue on all of this so that they can all stick together. So this one you'll put a lot more glue on so you can get that hanger sandwiched in between the 2 heart halves. And it should fit together like so. And then as you see it down at the bottom, it needs to have that clip. So this one, maybe put clips on both sides just to get everybody stuck together. And like I said, the glue set's pretty quick. I'm just using the Nuvo glue in the precision glue press, but you can use any liquid adhesive that works for you. So there it is. And while that's setting, we're going to take that extra piece from the 10-inch strip, and we're just going to fold it. You can score it if you want to, but it folds pretty well. At least this particular paper did. I'm just going to fold it in half, put some glue on both sides. And this is going to be the reinforcer for the hanger.
Janet says this would be a great way to use scraps, and I agree.
Yes, it would be. Because
Looking
your
for your
paper
Valentine
doesn't have to, I mean, you
stash.
could have like random scraps to the whole thing. Okay, so then we just adhere that on the top as our reinforcer. We'll let that set for a minute. And then you'll want either like a crocodile or another hole punch, so you can punch your hole in the top so you can thread through, whether you want to use ribbon or twine. We just use some red twine on this one here. And then I'll show you Kelly's when she used some brown twine. So we just punch our hole in the top, and then you can easily thread through your twine or ribbon. And voila, you have your first heart. And like I said, you can make as many as you want to make your banner as long as you want to. And it's a lot of fun, and
Very
it goes
cute.
together very quickly.
Yep, and people are liking it. Very cute.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So again, I just did 3 on this one that we had up behind us on the stage here. And those were just, again, with that Reminisce collection. And then on the one I did today, I ended up using the Color Vibe Solid Red. And I will put that there so you guys can get the dimensions again. And I will grab Kelly's and show you the samples that she put together.
Yeah. And we will post this on the blog, but you can screenshot it if you'd like as well. Janet will get it up there.
Okay, so this is one that Kelly created. She just did this kind of quick the other day with some fun, almost like springy papers.
paper.
So I'm going to grab the sheets that she used so you know what she used to create this. So this is from Simple Stories. It's called What's Cookin'. It's a nice floral pattern with kind of a olive green background. And then this fun yellow gingham on the other side. So that was her inside strip here. She had flipped it inside out so you can see the yellow showing. And then she used Mother's Day, also from Simple Stories, a nice floral pattern. You got your ledger notebook on the back. And that was her outside strip on this particular one. And then she also used it on the inside as well. So you can kind of see the ledger poking through and then the floral on the other side there. And then her 6-inch strip was a solid. It is the Basil Passionate. So kind of like a guava pink color. So those are the 3 she used. So you could use anywhere from, if you just want 1 sheet of paper to make it a monochrome, to 4 if you wanted different patterns and colors throughout. And then the next one I'm going to show you, Kelly did a fun technique and made it look vintage.
That would be cute hanging in the window and doing different
Yeah,
lengths.
or-
Yeah, great idea, Melissa.
So this is a fun one too. So she did this one a little differently. She kind of made hers a little bit more wider of loops this time. And then she had a thinner hanger on it. But she also inked the edges of her paper. I'll bring that up so you guys can kind of see how the inking is on there. So she made it look vintage. And the paper that she used, her inside strip and her outside. So also the other thing I should point out, all of her hearts are different. They're not all the same. So like this one has the typewriter on the outside. This one has a floral pattern. This one has the houndstooth. So that was kind of fun too, so that they're all mixed up a little bit. So this is some of the papers that she used. This is Simple Vintage Junk Drawer. It's those typewriter keys on one side.
That's fun.
And then this fun vintage flower and looks like French text. So that was one of her papers. She also used the Color Vibe brick. And the houndstooth paper is a photo play sheet called Tickets. And that's what's on the back side of that one. And then she also used Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Berry Fields. Just kind of a really simple, pretty red. And then that's on the back side. And then again, she just went through and inked the edges using the Distress Walnut Stain. So there's that example for you. And then Kelly was suggesting too, you know, you could also just do petite prints. You could use like one color of petite prints and just do all the different styles in that. Or
That
you
would be
could
really
mix your
cute.
petite prints. Like if you wanted to use like this one on top is a cupcake. And then you could use ladybug.
That one would be really
you
bright.
could do, yeah, you could do lots of different things using the petite prints.
I like that idea.
And then there's bubble gum. I mean, yeah, there's just like all sorts of fun things you could do with the petite prints. And as we mentioned earlier, this doesn't just have to be for Valentine's Day. You could make this for a baby shower if you wanted to. This is from the new Little Lullabies collection from Cartabella. Kelly just happened to grab these sheets. This is the boy collection. Oh, actually, there's one from Baby Girl too. But these, I mean, all coordinate well, and you could make a great little heart banner for a baby shower. So you have lots of options. Lots of possibilities for doing that one. Do we have any questions?
No, people really like it.
Okay, good. And then as I mentioned too, you could also just do like a monochrome. So I just kind of picked out some Color Vibe colors. So, you know, here's the top 4 pink colors in the Color Vibe. So you could do all the different dots, kind of similar to the petite prints. And then here's all of the reds if you want to do reds. So again, just so many possibilities. Very easy to make, so they could get a little addictive and you could make lots of them.
Great for crafting on a cold winter day like today.
Yes, or if you have kiddos who are home from school and need something to do or want to do something fun and different. Okay, and again, there's the dimensions, and that's fine. We'll get those
Flip
out
it back to you. Yep.
on the site. So then we are going to start our first Throwback Thursday, and today we are going to do how to care for your punches. Back before there was all the different die cutting machines, a lot of us had the different punches, whether it was the alphabet or shapes or whatever. And some of us might still use them a lot, and others might be like, oh, I forgot about that. Or I've had several customers recently who are like, I've got punches, but they don't really work well anymore. So today I'm going to show you how you can condition your punches so that they start working well again if they're having a little issue. So what you're going to need is your punch. You'll need some wax paper and some lightweight cardstock. If you have one of the Tim Holtz distress blowers, you'll want that if you have stuff that's stuck in your punch. And you also need some foil. So this is just a punch that I grabbed from our drawer here. This one doesn't have anything jammed in it, but sometimes people might leave paper pieces hanging out in there. If you have any paper pieces hanging out in your punches, you can use this to blow out anything that might be in there. I know our little crocodile has some See, like
Oh.
that.
That
So
works
I'm like,
good.
I knew the crocodile had some stuff in it, so I wanted to show you guys how that works. So you can just use the puffer to get stuff that might be stuck in your punches cleaned out. You can also use, if you have any of the craft picks, the dual-ended craft picks, you can use the pokey end to pull stuff out as well. So once you've cleaned out any hanging, lingering debris, you're going to want to grab some tin foil. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is just stuff from my kitchen cupboard. And you're going to want to go through a few times and just punch this. This is going to help sharpen the blade. If I can get it fit in the hole. Okay. I always like to use my punches upside down so I can see what's punching. And then just go through, make sure you get all the extra pieces out, and just punch it several times. This punch is a little bit more challenging than my punches at home. Okay, there we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just more so that you're punching through and getting those blades sharpened up in there. Okay, so we've punched it quite a few times. I usually do like 6 times just for fun. I like to keep things nice and even. Then you're going to take a sheet of wax paper and sandwich your cardstock in between the folded wax paper sheet. This is going to help lubricate your punch so that it moves more smoothly.
You know, sometimes your punches get a little sticky and this really helps.
See how that foil just helps
Oh,
sharpen that right up? Okay.
Going through that like
like butter. All right, so that is just kind of the basics of how you can care for your punches. You know, you made the investment a while ago and you want to make sure that they continue to work well. And that's just kind of some quick maintenance for taking care of those.
Great tip. Like
All right. You guys are kind of quiet this morning.
I know. Good throwback reminder, though.
Thank you.
So tomorrow, Peggy is going to be here, and she is going to have some Valentine clusters.
That sounds interesting.
So yes, I'm excited to see. She loves her clusters, so we'll see what that is. So, and then Janet again is linking some of the products that you've shown today, and
thank you, Angie.
there we go. All right.
All right.
Well, have a crafty day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
If I can. I can't find the Diane, or I don't know where the Doug.
Yeah.
Where's the button that does the microphone? Okay, I found it. Never mind.